to move the attention from the former deputy president, at least in Mount Kenya, to someone else. Because, yes, at least the president has been receiving quite a barrage of attacks from Rigathi Gachagua. And now we can't see any Rigathi Gachagua on the front pages, at least for the last 2 days. Do you think that that could be possibly the reason why anyone would want to go after Uhuru Kenyatta?
Rigathi Gachagua moved from one church to the other. The churches are still there. And then now he's started going to the street, and the street is still there. I mean, it would be foolhardy to think that if you are attacking Uhuru Kenyatta, then you're going to shift attention from Rigathi Gachagua to Uhuru Kenyatta. But let me say something about politics now. Look, when you're thinking about Mount Kenya, and all these gentlemen seem to be referring to Mount Kenya, are we saying that Kikuyus are only in Mount Kenya? No, they're not in Mount Kenya. Uhuru Kenyatta, I mean, William Samoei Ruto needs the Kikuyus in Rift Valley. He still needs the Kikuyu in the coast. He still needs the Kikuyu in Nakuru and those other, counties where there's sizable number there. So he cannot come out and some of this, like the ones in Rift Valley, in Nakuru, owes tremendous respect to the Kenyatta family. Tremendous respect to the Moi family that are still intertwined with the Kenyatta family because they've worked for many, many years. Their sons are very, very close associates, whether in business or in politics or whatever you want to look at it. So you cannot tell me that the Cherargei is actually, and I will respectfully disagree with him, that Cherargei is speaking the mind of the president in this case. Cherargei is not running for president of the Republic of Kenya. Cherargei is running for Senate.
You want to extend the tenure.
So really, it's William Samoei Ruto that is looking for the votes, and it's looking for the votes for every individual in this country. Mount Kenya, per se, in that region, whatever you want to call it, central province of those days, might be having a lot of issues. But that doesn't mean that the Kikuyus that are living, and their sizable number in Rift Valley, will be thinking in the same way. And those Kikuyus might perhaps be voting for William Samoei Ruto if their relationship with Uhuru Kenyatta is better, because they knew they were friends and they've been friends. And Uhuru Kenyatta, during his tenure, really, really took good care of them in Rift Valley, and took good care of them in Nakuru and those other places that we're talking about. So they still owe him a lot. So he cannot personally attack Uhuru Kenyatta again, because again, Uhuru Kenyatta is not running for president, and he will never run for president of the Republic of Kenya. He can say whatever he wants to say, but as you had said before, if William Samoei Ruto beat Uhuru Kenyatta and his government and his deep state, as they call it, and then William Samoei Ruto became the president, and the late Raila Amolo Odinga did not become the president, then what are you talking about? What about an individual that is not a president now in the name of Uhuru Kenyatta? I mean, will that be a threat to him? Absolutely not. I am thinking that sometimes we just want to throw in dirt here and there and then see what is happening. You know how they say, if you want to know what is in the bush, you just throw a stone there, and then if you see an animal coming out of it, then you know something. Cherargei is doing that game. And sometimes some of these politicians are also brokers in a way. They say something so that everybody is scampering for safety and saying, did the one who said this or not, kuja kidogo, let's have a discussion here. Those kind of games in politics. I don't think it will see the light of day in the Senate. Neither will it see the light of day.
Because of time, I really want us to move on from this.
Just two things.
We need to talk about Samia Suluhu Hassan.
Two things. I think when you started, you mentioned